Sorry, Jess, Wendy. I had a cough during Thanksgiving and now I have another cough. So I rejected it and I'm not going to be sick. So this might keep me down for a moment, but not for long. So excuse my coughing. Um, okay, so I tagged my thought for the day higher order thinking, and I think I should have labeled it higher ordered thinking because I don't want to be a part of any order, if you know what I mean. Like the from. Hold on, I'm gonna hit that dead spot in a second, so maybe I should stop. How are you? It's cold here today. But the colder it is, the less snow we get. So I wish it would warm up a little bit to snow, and then I'm not gonna complain. Anyways, it's just cold. But that's okay. All right, I don't think I hit a dead spot. Good. All right, so the math curriculum I use for my children has sections in each part that are labeled higher ordered thinking, which means that they have to problem solve, and there's usually multi-step equations they have to do, and mixing of operations, adding and multiplying and all of that. Now, my children that I have in my class come from a varied set of backgrounds, and a lot of them are lower than they should be in academics, which is fine. It is what it is. However, I'd always want to push them towards thinking in those higher ordered ways. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to parallel that kind of thinking with life. So, when I say to my children, we're going to do the higher ordered thinking problems, which in their case means one, maybe two, but usually just one because that's all they can handle. I say, just to get them listening, well, we are living by a higher calling by God, so let's do some higher ordered thinking. And then it got me thinking about that phrase and about life. How often can we not problem solve in a higher ordered thinking type of way? And when you come to understand our realm and what's going on, hey Melissa, what's going on, no matter if you see the streaks in the sky like I see this morning, whether you see people listening to their white coats, whether you hear people talking about war, what is it good for, and all that stuff. I'm being kind of cryptic in case. When we look through different eyes and realize different things, we are of one, a higher calling, to do that higher ordered thinking. What that is really putting pieces together of information. And I want to get better at this. I'm okay at it. I'd say I'm mid-level. And I'm using weird words, so don't take it or leave it. I'm just thinking as I go. We can do better in higher ordered thinking. We can put puzzle pieces together. I was able to share with my class the Paleo Hebrew versus what they're used to seeing. So that's kind of how I do it for them. I kind of sprinkle breadcrumbs around. But the more, and it goes along with all my other morning talks, because I just kind of have this one driven mindset about being true to your soul, who you were made to be. And part of that is the higher ordered thinking. You will just automatically, and I think this happens when you start healing, when you start being who you were made to be, you can do that higher ordered thinking naturally. And it is everywhere, but I would caution you to do the higher ordered thinking. And when I say caution you, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm cautioning myself. When we do the higher ordered thinking, we have to actually navigate between those who aren't doing it, but it's not on them that they don't do that. Because we're all on our own journey. So when we put puzzle pieces together, and it goes again what I was saying earlier, I think a couple weeks ago, that's unique to you and your understanding. And there's a reason for it. There's a reason for everything. There's no coincidences. And that's another part of higher ordered thinking. You have to be so, and it's almost like hyper awareness, but at times you have to take a break from being hyper aware. It is draining. I mean, I physically feel drained sometimes when I have those moments, especially if the Holy Spirit really has shown me something huge. You really have to take it in, and then you have to reconcile within yourself first what you're going to do with it, and then you're going to think, kind of, I'm thinking out loud, really, this is what this is. You have to reconcile it, and then you have to see if you have to take any action. Sometimes there's no action to take. And I think if you do take action, you have to wait again for the Holy Spirit to show you who or what to take action with. And I've done that before. We've all done it before. We've misstepped, or we've taken 10 steps ahead, and that wasn't what you should have been doing. So when you have this higher ordered thinking and you're solving problems, I think to be hyper aware, but also to, I'm probably not even making sense. Maybe my cold's getting to my head. I feel like you have to analyze more, and sometimes you have to analyze for other people. And I'm just speaking, like I said, for myself too. There's certain situations in my life where I have to think for myself, but I have to think for other people within what I'm thinking. If that even makes sense, it doesn't make sense. There was one specific situation where that I'm thinking of, and it's very much a navigation. So with all, I'll put it in layman's terms and kind of like a pictorial way of saying things. When we look into mystery history, or we look into timelines, or anything like that, we look into, the latest red flag or duping or whatever. We have to navigate what we're saying and how we're analyzing it, and how, and if I'm still learning this, how to even present it to other people, if you're even supposed to. I really feel like I'm not making sense. I've got a lot in my head, and it doesn't always come out clearly. So if even you just take a little piece of this and think, oh yeah, I get it. But there's all these little moments in life, and Yah can speak to you through all of it. So our higher ordered thinking is a high calling, but it's not one to get on a soapbox about. And it's not, thank you, Wendy, it's not something to tote around. I think my main role in this type of thinking is to show specifically my daughter and children, because they're at a point of being receptive, because they're still molding their views, which is very important. Children of all ages, older children, younger children. Excuse me. This higher ordered thinking also, I maybe haven't said this in a while, since it is draining, take your time to, hey Oki, take your time to rest and recoup. I think again of Elijah when he was doing spiritual battle, and he was, in a way, having moments of higher ordered thinking going against Jezebel and Ahab, and even how he was going to approach the prophets of Baal. He needed a respite, and that's what you need. Coming out from the cognitive dissonance, no matter where you are in it, takes a lot. Kind of why I feel like I'm getting sick a lot. I'm hashing out a lot in myself, but that's okay. I take it, and I am grateful for it. But be grateful for it. Be grateful for that higher ordered thinking. Solve those problems, just like I tell my children. Let's break apart first what we need. You find your information you need. Now I'm going to get all teachery. So when we have a word problem, I have them circle important information. So we have to delve in and look for the important information and put aside any unnecessary information or unneeded information. Sometimes there's extra information, so then you have to discern what's extra. And then you have to discern, and here's a buzzword the kids use that I actually like, don't be extra. So just because you're a higher ordered thinking person doesn't mean you have to be extra about it. But get rid of that extra information, get it? So then once you circle, metaphorically, your important information, then you have to put together which operation or action you're going to do. Then once you solve one part, you sometimes have to go to the next information that may be shown to you on the side or previous, and put in that information into the equation that you have currently in front of you. Sometimes there is a third step to do, and then you have to do that. And then, I don't like this word for real life, but again, metaphorically, in word problems, they use words. So I tell my children, label your answer with words. So in the same way, when we solve our problems or our equations in finding truth and understanding the spiritual realm, ourselves, the realm around us, and others, you have to label correctly, verbally or not, so with words or not, what that answer is. So for real life, the answer is for you. You either keep that to yourself or, like I said, take action. And then you can show yourself approved and be correct. So I'll wrap that up there. Hey Effie, thank you for joining. I'm already drained just talking about it. So I think, again, I'm going to say, coming up to 2024, and I like those numbers, 20 and 24, significant for me. There's kind of another shifting. I don't know if it's like 2012, maybe, because it's 12 years. I don't know if that's personal to me. Again, there's my equation, and I have my thoughts, but I'm not sure. So I'll leave it at that. Take your respite if you need it. Which part of the equation are you on? Are you circling your information? Are you solving the equation? Are you labeling? Are you taking action? Are you sharing or not sharing? That's all individual. And I always say to the children too, you are solving these problems. Part of what I teach is you show different methodologies of how to get an answer, and then they use the method that best suits them. So you use, oh, hey, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, confirmation, 12-year cycle. And I like the number 12 also. I'll look that up later. Take what method you want to seek out what Yah has for you, and then use that. And whatever part of the equation and higher ordered thinking you are in. Take a break from it, come back to it, whatever. So there's my lesson for myself, and I just thought I'd share. So I hope that made sense. I feel like at the end I made more sense as I went on. Okay, so blessings. Have an enlightened day.